Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about two uncommon reasons that may be causing your chronic constipation. Now remember, this is just an informative video. It is not for treatment. Please reach out to your physician or to an alternative health practitioner for treatment for either of these conditions if you think you may have them. And at the end of the video, I will give you some resources that have more information on this topic if you find it that it seems like it may be the cause of your chronic constipation. So the first one is illioceccal valve dysfunction. Your illioceccal valve sits between the small intestines and the large intestines. It basically does not allow anything, once it's reached the large intestines, to flow back into the small intestines, because the small intestines is supposed to be very clean and there's not as much bacteria in there. Now, the large intestines is the portion of the colon or the gut that has most of the bacteria, and it will feed off of fibers and things that are left over from the digestive process. So when you get this illioceccal valve dysfunction, the illioceccal valve either stays stuck open, which in that case it would cause chronic diarrhea, or it will stay chronically closed, and then that will cause constipation because nothing can move from the small intestines into the large intestines. And some causes of the illioceccal valve dysfunction can be stress. It can also be caused from abdominal surgeries, which have created scar tissue in the gut. And some of them can be food choices that are irritating to the gut lining, and that will cause spasming as well. So the second cause for chronic constipation can be what's called methane dominant SIBO, or intestinal methane overgrowth. So most of us have just regular bacteria in our gut, and some of us carry archaea. And archaea wasn't really discovered until the 1970s, and it is a single-celled organism. It's different than bacteria, and their byproduct that they create after they eat is methane. And if you have too much a collection of this methane in the gut, it will act as a neurotransmitter and deliver a signal to the body telling the stomach and the intestines to stop moving food through. So it will stop that peristaltic waves of your food from going through the intestines. And what they feed off of is your bacteria in your gut. It eats and it creates hydrogen. And these archaea, they love to eat hydrogen. So they'll eat the hydrogen, and then once they're done, they have their waste is methane gas. And there's certain herbs and protocols that you can utilize to reduce how much methane is in the gut, or to reduce the population of the archaea. Unfortunately, it's a very difficult organism to completely eradicate from the gut because they can live in the harshest environments. And so I'm just going to give you some resources in case you think you may have one of these two conditions, and so that way you can start getting some help and relief from your constant chronic constipation. So one of the ones I came across was Dr. William Davis, and he has protocols for making your own like fermented yogurt and stuff that can help to rebalance the microbiome, the bacteria in the gut. He also has a couple different videos like on YouTube and stuff of all kinds of very valuable information. So that's a good resource. There's also Dr. Allison Becker, I believe it is. She has the Healthy Gut podcast. You can reach that on YouTube. There's also the SIBO Doctor. I think it's www.sibodoctor.com. And that's another doctor that has lots of valuable information. There's another doctor that was from, I believe, Ontario, and I think his clinic's out in California now. And that is Dr. Mark Palmento. So I have two of his books that have lots of information. This is the older book here, and this is his newer one. It's called The Microbiome Connection. And so it has some information on SIBO, or like methane dominant SIBO. There's not too many other resources out there on this. There is another herbalist, Byron, I believe his name was, that he has a YouTube channel as well. Yes, he does. And he has some information on there. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and have a wonderful day.